Hello, this is Steve Sluka with Senior Sales Guru, and in this episode we're going to talk about think it overs and maybes and ways to eliminate them from your sales process. Now, one thing that too many salespeople deal with are the maybes and the think it overs, and they're probably the largest time killer in our industry. You waste time following up for days, or weeks, or months, only to find out that possibly it was a no all along, or that they had bought from somebody else right after they left your place. They found they're the largest creator of hope when none should exist, and I think some people use it just to let them fool themselves into thinking, "Ooh, I still have something working," when really there's nothing there at all. And it's also the reason that most salespeople fail early in their career, is because they pin all their hope on those maybes and think it overs, and the be back bus just never shows up. Now, what if I told you that there are really only two real reasons for a think it over and maybe, or a maybe, and that there's an easy way to eliminate most of them? It's true, and the first one, excuse me, is that it's already a no. Maybe your product or service isn't a good fit for this particular client. Maybe your solution's not in their budget. Maybe you didn't dive deep enough into their issue to secure an emotional attachment to your solution, and they really see no reason for it. Maybe they simply don't like the way you look, dress, smell, act, and there's not a whole lot you can do about that. And they simply don't have the heart to tell you no. So they would rather give you a maybe or I want to think it over, instead of just letting you know right up front, no, I'm sorry, we're not going to be doing business. Now, the second reason is that there is still an uncovered or underlying issue or reason why they're not ready to commit. Would you rather know about this during the sales presentation or after the fact? And if it's after the fact, quite possibly never at all. The good news about this reason is that by using strategic questioning, you should be able to uncover any or all of their concerns. When asking the client questions, don't limit yourself to their surface issue answers. Don't be satisfied with, "I don't like blank." Instead, when they tell you this, follow up in an empathetic tone with, "Well, how does that make you feel? What's going to happen if we don't address this? And does that feeling create any animosity with your spouse, son, daughter?" And finally, if we don't fix it, is it going to get better on its own, or is it just going to continue to get worse? Also, I want you to make sure that you're following a great sales process so that you don't ever miss any of these concerns. If you need a good interview sheet with a list of questions to really help dive deep into their issues, then create one. And don't ever skip your steps. Lastly, don't be afraid of no. The best salespeople in the world will even try for a no. One way to do it is simply at the very beginning of your sales process, simply by stating at the end, "I'm going to ask you to make a decision, and let me tell you, a yes is great, but a no is okay too." And also, when you make your recommendation, remind them that it's okay to tell you no. Now, let's say that you do get a no. Please don't think it's over yet. Nothing is over at the first no. No is actually very easy to sell from. You can relieve any pressure or anxiety on the customer at that time by kind of sitting back and I kind of figured it was going to be a no. But now that it's over, if there was one thing or one reason why you would have moved forward, what would that have been? And chances are, because you've removed that anxiety and that pressure from them, they're going to tell you. And then you're right back in the sale because you now know what their driving force is or what their sole objection was. Now you know the only two reasons for maybes and think it overs and some easy ways to eliminate them. This has been Steve Sluka with Senior Sales Guru, and happy selling.